The Enchanted Garden, a bedtime story, a welcome to a gentle journey into sleep. Let us begin by taking a deep breath and allowing ourselves to relax. Picture yourself in a comfortable place, perhaps lying in a soft meadow, or resting in a cozy garden chair. Feel the tension leaving your body as we embark on tonight's tale. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and ancient forests, there lived a young woman named Isabella. She was known throughout the region as a master gardener, though her garden was unlike any other. While most villagers tended practical gardens full of vegetables and herbs, Isabella's garden was a mysterious realm of flowers that bloomed at night. Isabella lived alone in a small cottage with walls covered in climbing moonflowers and windows framed by silver-leafed vines. During the day, her garden appeared ordinary enough, rows of seemingly sleeping plants with closed buds and folded leaves. But as twilight approached, magic began to unfold. Every evening, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, Isabella would step out onto her porch and watch in wonder as her garden awakened. The night-blooming jasmine would slowly unfurl its petals, releasing its intoxicating fragrance into the evening air. Moonflowers would open their pristine white blooms, glowing like earthbound stars in the growing darkness. Unlike her neighbors, who retreated indoors at nightfall, Isabella's day was just beginning. She would walk through her garden paths, tending to her nocturnal blooms with gentle hands and whispered words. The villagers thought her strange, this woman who lived by moonlight, but they couldn't deny the ethereal beauty of her nighttime paradise. Among her most precious plants was a rare species of orchid that bloomed only during the full moon. Its petals were translucent, appearing to capture and hold moonlight within them. Local legends said that these flowers had been blessed by the moon goddess herself, and that they could grant wishes to those pure of heart. One particularly warm summer evening, as Isabella was pruning her night-blooming cereus, she heard an unusual sound. It was like the tinkling of tiny bells, almost too faint to hear. Following the sound, she discovered a small door at the base of her oldest rose bush, a door she was certain had never been there before. The door was no taller than her hand, crafted from what appeared to be moonstone and silver. Intricate patterns were carved into its surface, depicting stars, moons, and flowing vines. As Isabella knelt to examine it more closely, the door began to glow with a soft, pulsing light. Without thinking, Isabella reached out and touched the door's smooth surface. Immediately, she felt a gentle tingling sensation spread through her fingertips and up her arm. The world around her began to shift and blur, like ripples on a pond, and she found herself growing smaller and smaller until she was just the right size to step through the mysterious door. Beyond the threshold lay a world that took her breath away. Her garden had transformed into an endless realm of magical plants and ethereal creatures. The flowers were enormous now, towering above her like gentle giants. Their petals glowed with an inner light, casting rainbow shadows on the dewy grass beneath. Fireflies the size of lanterns drifted lazily through the air, their light pulsing in harmony with the beating hearts of the flowers. Butterflies with wings like stained glass windows fluttered from bloom to bloom, leaving trails of sparkling dust in their wake. The air was filled with music, the songs of night birds she had never heard before, the humming of crystalline bees, and the whispered conversations of the flowers themselves. As Isabella wandered through this enchanted version of her garden, she began to understand that her nighttime paradise was more than just a collection of plants. It was a gateway between worlds, a place where the veil between the ordinary and the extraordinary grew thin as darkness fell. She came upon a clearing where moonflowers grew in a perfect circle, their petals casting a silvery light on a small pool in the center. The water in the pool was still as glass, reflecting not the sky above, but rather scenes from other gardens, other worlds. Isabella saw gardens of ice flowers of frost bloomed eternally, gardens of starlight, where constellation-shaped blooms drifted through the air, and gardens of dawn, where the first light of day was captured and held in ever-blooming roses. A gentle voice, like the rustling of leaves in a summer breeze, spoke to her. "Welcome, keeper of the night garden," it said. Isabella turned to find a tall, ethereal figure standing nearby. The being appeared to be made of moonlight and shadow, with flowers blooming in her flowing hair. "I am the spirit of gardens," the figure continued, "and I have been watching you tend this special place with such care and devotion. Few humans understand the magic that blooms in the darkness, but you have always known, haven't you?" Isabella nodded, remembering how she had always felt most alive in her garden after sunset, how she had always sensed there was something more to her beloved plants than met the eye. "The night has always felt magical to me," she replied softly. "That is why you were chosen," the spirit explained. "Every generation, we select one human to be the keeper of the night garden, a special soul who can bridge the gap between your world and ours. Through your care, the magic of the night garden remains alive in both realms." The spirit waved her hand, and suddenly Isabella could see threads of light connecting all the plants in her garden, forming an intricate web of energy that pulsed with life. "These are the pathways of dreams," the spirit explained. "Your garden helps guide pleasant dreams to the sleepers in your village. Every flower that blooms in the night adds another sweet dream to the tapestry." Isabella's heart swelled with joy and purpose. All these years, she had followed her heart in creating her unusual garden, and now she understood why. She wasn't just tending plants, she was nurturing dreams, helping to keep magic alive in an increasingly practical world. The spirit taught Isabella many secrets that night: how to speak with the flowers in their own language, how to see the dreams that each bloom contained, and how to guide those dreams to the people who needed them most. She learned that every plant in her garden had its own personality and purpose. The night-blooming jasmine, with its intoxicating scent, carried dreams of love and romance. The moon flowers held dreams of adventure and discovery within their glowing petals. The rare full moon orchids contained the most powerful dreams of all, dreams that could change lives and grant true wishes. As the night deepened, Isabella and the spirit walked through the enchanted garden together. They passed through groves where dream fruits grew ripe and heavy on silver branches, their sweet scent promising peaceful sleep to all who breathed it in. They visited pools where liquid starlight collected, waiting to be used to water the most magical of plants. The spirit showed Isabella how to harvest dream dew from the petals of her flowers, explaining that each drop contained the essence of a different dream. "Some will bring courage to the fearful," she said. "Others will offer comfort to the lonely, and still others will inspire creativity in those who have lost their way." Isabella learned that her garden was one of many magical places that helped maintain the balance between the waking world and the realm of dreams. Each night garden around the world had its own keeper, its own special magic, but they were all connected through the ancient web of dreams. As the night wore on, the spirit taught Isabella how to recognize those who might need specific dreams. Watch for the worried furrow in a brow, she instructed, or the slump in tired shoulders. These are signs that someone needs the gift of peaceful dreams. Your flowers can help heal their troubles while they sleep. The spirit showed her how different combinations of flowers could create more complex dreams. Night jasmine and moonflowers together bring dreams of romantic adventures, she explained. Add a touch of evening primrose, and those dreams will carry messages of hope and new beginnings. Isabella was fascinated by everything she learned, but one question burned in her mind. Why do the villagers need these dreams? She asked. Why is it so important to maintain this garden? The spirit's smile was gentle but serious. Dreams are not mere fancies, she explained. They are the bridge between what is and what could be. Through dreams, people find the courage to change their lives, the inspiration to create beautiful things, and the wisdom to understand themselves and others better. She continued, in your world, people are increasingly focused on practical matters. They forget to look up at the stars, to smell the flowers, to believe in magic. Night gardens like yours help keep wonder alive in their hearts, even if they never consciously know why. As they talked, Isabella began to notice the first hints of dawn approaching. The spirit sensed it too. Our time grows short, she said. But remember, you can always find me here in the garden when the moon is full. You are no longer alone in your work. You are part of an ancient and noble tradition. Before Isabella returned through the small door, the spirit gave her one final gift, a silver key on a chain made of moonbeams. This will allow you to enter the enchanted realm of the garden whenever you wish, she explained. Use it wisely and continue your important work. As Isabella stepped back through the door and returned to her normal size, she felt different, more connected to her garden than ever before. She could now see the subtle glow of dream energy in each flower, could hear the whispered songs of the plants as they prepared for sleep with the approaching dawn. From that night forward, Isabella's garden flourished, even more beautifully than before. While the villagers slept, she would tend to her magical plants with new purpose, knowing that each bee nurtured, she would bring sweet dreams to someone in need. She began to notice changes in the village as well. People seemed happier, more inspired. Children told stories of wonderful dreams, filled with adventure and magic. Adults spoke of dreams that had given them the courage to pursue long, forgotten aspirations. Even the most practical villagers seemed to walk with a bit more wonder in their steps. And if anyone thought it strange that the most beautiful flowers in Isabella's garden bloomed only at night, well, that was just part of the magic. For those who paid attention, who took the time to stop and really look, there were always hints of enchantment in the garden. The way the moonflowers seemed to glow just a bit too brightly, how the night air carried whispers of distant dreams, and how everyone who passed by while Isabella worked in her garden went home to have the sweetest of dreams. As you lie here now, letting this story settle around you like a gentle blanket, perhaps you can feel a hint of that same garden magic. Listen closely, and you might hear the whispered songs of night, blooming flowers. Breathe deeply, and you might catch the scent of dream-laden jasmine on the air. Let yourself drift now, knowing that somewhere, in a garden much like Isabella's, flowers are blooming in the darkness, spreading their magic through the night air, helping to weave sweet dreams for all who are ready to receive them. Close your eyes and allow yourself to wander through that enchanted garden in your dreams. And as the gentle night breeze carries the scent of moonflowers and the whispered promises of pleasant dreams, we bid farewell to Isabella's magical garden, knowing that it continues to bloom and spread its enchantment night after night in that special place where reality and dreams intertwine.